Take your hair in your carry-on. You heard it here first, because there's
Yes.
nothing worse if your luggage is lost or something happens. You need the essentials, which is your hair. I'm like, a toothbrush I can do without. I need my hair. So like, make sure it is in.
Yeah, hair is important.
Listen, my husband's like, do you don't want to pack essentials? I'm like, hair is essential. My ponytail is in my bag. You can handle the other stuff. We'll go shopping for everything else. I can't get new hair.
Right.
So put it in the carry-on. And this is that perfect style that maybe you are taking that cruise, maybe you are going on that dream vacation, and you want something that is easy because it's a wig, so you put it on and your hair is styled in just a moment. But you're thinking like, okay, we're in June, we're basically into July, August, and by the time I go, it's gonna be like inappropriately hot. This is that short style that keeps the hair off your neck, off your shoulders, but look at the way the nape is cut. This looks
Yeah.
like it is your hair that is professionally and expertly cut. A 619-923 is your item number. We've got less than 30 minutes left if you want to do the 5 easy pays of $25.80 a month. I have the light gray here. This is that
Yeah.
aspirational gray, Frank. Like, this is the gray that
Oh, yeah.
everybody wants, and it's really hard to achieve.
It really is. Depending where you live, sometimes your water can yellow your hair, and that becomes a problem too, keeping that nice bright white. With the wigs, you don't have to worry about it. I mean, that is what I was talking about, the light gray. It's that beautiful sterling silver color. I mean, it is stunning. And also very much a fashion statement. Young people, it doesn't mean you're old because you have like silver hair, right?
No.
The young kids are coloring their hair. They're bleaching it up and they're coloring it this nice platinum color because it's a great statement style, right? I am showing the Take It Short this is the light golden blonde. So if you're looking at the light golden blonde, this is it. And I just have to say, there's a lot of shortcuts out there, but this is a stunner because it's so flattering for so many people.
Can you help us with the shades, Frank? So you showed us light golden blonde
Yeah.
on your imaginary friend. But since we both have
Yes.
one, but we do have a few more shades available. 2 are sold out, but medium golden blonde is still available.
Yes. So as I was saying before, I'm showing the light golden blonde. That is the lightest in the collection. It's got platinum highlights in it with beige lowlights. Then you get into the medium golden blonde, and that's a nice amber blonde. That I call my California blonde. It's a true golden blonde, right? Then we get the medium brown with gold, which is a light chestnut, but has golden highlights in there. It's almost like a balayage painted on technique. That's really pretty, really pretty. The medium red ginger, which is a nice kind of balanced red. So it's a copper red with amber highlights in it. Very nice color there. Medium red brown, if you like a brown that has some like little cherry cola highlights in it, medium red brown is very pretty for that. Light brown is a nice chestnut neutral brown. So if you just like to be nice down the middle, you don't like reds or golds, light brown's great for you. Dark brown is our espresso color. I call it my espresso color because that's what it reminds me of. And then we get into the light gray, which is the one you had there, Vanessa, which is that beautiful sterling gray color. And then, of course, the dark gray, which is our blended gray with like silver highlights and then a natural toned hair mixed in between.
And for $129, I had short hair for a couple years, a period of time. And Frank, I think between the haircut, like every single, I don't know, like 2, 3 weeks, I was getting my hair cut to like maintain
Hmm.
the nape and maintain the layers and maintain the correct shape. And then if you're thinking about coloring, like we have the highlights and lowlights, so now add that in every couple weeks as
Yeah.
well. I think you're gonna be over $129 in at least 2 visits, maybe 1 depending on where you live, probably 2.
Yeah.
This is a forever style. So I invest at $129 now. I never have to go back to the salon to get it cut, to get it colored, and I don't have to style it every single day because it has that true to life fiber. So this style stays in.
Absolutely. And Vanessa, you bring up a very good point because short hair is very stylish. It's very chic. And it really can be flattering if cut right, like this. But the maintenance is a little bit more because you have to keep that shape in there in order for it to stay. So you are going to the salon more often than if you just had all long one length hair. And what I love about this style, the Take It Short, is you have this beautiful round fullness into the back. So the profile is so elegant and classy. Then it hugs the nape and you have these beautiful razor cut ends. So it's a beautiful finish. And look how we did the color on that. You have the highlights here and that just blends perfectly right into that naturally colored nape. So it looks like you have darker hair in the bottom and the top was highlighted. And then again, what I think makes this cut so adorable is you have these flattering face framing lengths right around the face. And these can be worn forward, or if my mannequin had a proper ear, you could tuck it behind the ear as well. So it's got a lot to offer and it can look very different depending on what you want to do with it.
And when you get yours home, don't be afraid to like tuck it behind your ear, add a
Yeah,
headband, add a hair accessory. My personal philosophy is if I bought it, it's my hair. So look, once you get home, it's your hair. Do whatever you want with it. But when we think about, especially like getting into July and August, I love that we had the longer style, Frank, but as someone who, goes back and forth with extensions, every couple summers, I'm like, it's time for a little short style. Like, I don't want
yeah,
to cut
yeah,
my hair, but I want something that I can survive the summer with.
yeah,
This may
yeah.
be your style just for the summer, and you may go back to another style fall, winter, because look, all of the hair is off of your neck and shoulders. It's a cooler style,
Absolutely.
and it's also really beautifully done.
Yeah. Well, you know what I found, Vanessa, a lot of times working with certain clients is they may have had long hair and they think they want a long hair wig because they want to replace the hair that they had. But they find very quickly that they are just as comfortable in a short wig because it's easy. It doesn't take a lot to style and it just falls right into place. It can be very flattering. And sometimes you might surprise yourself because the ease of wearing a shorter style, you don't have to deal with the lengths. You don't have to worry about it rubbing on your collar or getting stuck in your jacket or things like that. It just flows and you have an instant, beautiful, glamorous style in just minutes.
Now, Frank, speaking of how I put this on and how, like, if I'm a beginner with wigs, I'm like, well, I
Right.
don't know how to do the lace thing, and do I have to glue it? And then how do I get it off? That's not what hairdo is about. Hairdo is for the
No.
beginner. Hairdo is for if you've been wearing wigs for years. But there is no like YouTube tutorial required for you to be able to put these wigs on.
No, that's the beauty about it is the caps stretch to accommodate, as we said before. They're ventilated so that the heat from your head escapes. So you got the comfort there. You have a velvet band. There's no gluing. There's nothing like that you have to do. And then again, as I said, the cap will eventually make a memory of your own head once you wear it more often. And then ultimately, the great thing about it is you have this true to life fiber. So if you want to straighten it or you want to customize it or even add a little wave to it, you can do that. So it's a no-brainer. If you're first starting out with wigs, this is a great place to start. And then, obviously wigs get more advanced and there's more types of different type of construction aspects to it. But the hairdo wig is so perfect for someone who's just starting out and also for someone who's been wearing wigs for a long time because you have all this beauty and all of these features in what is a very good price. And also everyone at Q makes it so easy for people to bring home, try on at home, and see how they like it in the comfort of their home. There's no better way to do it. And I always say, if you're gonna get the wig home, sit down, prepare yourself, and put on a little lipstick or put on a little mascara or something. Because if you haven't had hair in a long time, when you first put these on, you may be like a little bit surprised, right? But if you have a little lipstick on, you have a little eye makeup on, it just all comes together. It's such a great way. And again, you do it at your own time. Wear it for a while. Tuck it behind your ears, as you were saying. Brush it one way, brush it the other way. You can't really harm them. The whole idea is to get in there. I say give it a good shake when you first get it. And I like to brush it through all the way. I like to use like a metal pin brush. So these really help glide through the wig. But just brush through it. You got to wake it up a little bit because it's been sitting in a box for a while. And then once you get it on your head, just play with it and see where it takes you. You might be surprised.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, and I've done, big hair changes with extensions and things. And sometimes, like, right away, because your whole hair is changing from length to color, whatever, I'm like, I don't know if I like it. And then after,
Yeah.
I get used to it, you settle in, you're like, okay, like, I really like it. So it may take a little bit. So don't take it off immediately if you're like, I don't think I like it.
Right.
Leave it on for a little while, walk around your house, catch yourself in the mirror a couple times, and then, like, maybe the third or fourth time, you'll be like, I look cute. Like, I think I kind of like this. Make sure you're choosing your color right now while we have the 5 easy pays. That's just until the end of the show. So we have about 13 minutes left with that monthly payment under $26. A 619-923 is your item number. Call us to place your order, 800-500-7590. I have the light gray here in the studio, which everyone has been loving so far tonight. But Frank, our
Yeah.
blondes are also popular. So can you take us through the differences between the blondes and the rest of the shades?
Yes, absolutely. So I was showing before the light golden blonde, and that is our lightest blonde of the collection. So that has platinum blonde highlights in it with a beige base and some golden lowlights to it. So that's the lightest. Then we get to the medium golden blonde, and that has that bit of amber tone to it. It's very like honey colored with just some nice light golden blonde highlights running through it. California blonde, I like to call it. Then we have the medium brown with gold. The medium brown with gold is a very light chestnut base with gold striations painted on, almost like golden highlighted balayage type technique. And then we get the medium red with ginger. That is really a beautifully balanced copper red with amber highlights running through it. Very nice. Medium red brown. Okay, so that's going to be your chestnut base with ginger highlights in it. So it comes off a little bit more on the warm red side. Light brown, which is our chestnut color, neutral brown. And then we get into the dark brown, which is our dark espresso color. And that's very rich, multidimensional as well. Then the light gray, which you had over there, which is that perfectly sterling gray. Love that. And then we have the dark gray, which is for our people who are into the salt and pepper tone. So you got sterling grays in there, and then you have some dark colors blended in. So multidimensional colors there too.
You cannot go wrong with any of them. Choose your natural shade or choose the shade that you like to be. But just know you're getting that shortcut without the commitment. You're not going to see a stylist like Frank every 2 weeks to refresh your cut. You're not going every 3 weeks to refresh the color. You're not spending time in the mirror with, your Dyson Airwrap and all the things trying to style it every single day. You're ready in a flash. And if you're taking that trip, don't you want to spend more time enjoying the trip than you do in the bathroom doing your hair? I mean, Frank, some of us, the amount of time you spend on your hair, you may be more familiar with the hotel bathroom by the time your trip is over than the actual sights and people and all the scenery.
Exactly. You know how many clients I have that use wigs when they go on a cruise because they want to go to the pool and then they want to go to dinner in 15 minutes flat. So a wig is a great way to transform and have a finished style in minimal time with minimal effort.
A 619-923 is that item number. $25.80 a month on Easy Pay if you're shopping in the next 10 minutes, because those 5 Easy Pays we can only do for you today. We also can only do the 5 Easy Pays for you today on our next style, which is our bombshell. Okay.